Something just came in the mail and I think it's really gonna help my sound. What's going on? It's Jason Heath, and I have not changed my strings in a little while. It was definitely pre-COVID, and I used to have D'Addario as an advertiser, so they would send me free strings. We aren't doing anything right now, so I've just been sort of using these Kaplans that they sent me, and they're great, and I didn't do so much playing during 2020, maybe you remember that year, but I'm back doing a lot of playing, and strings on the bass, they kind of degrade slowly over time, so you don't really notice that they're getting crappy until they're crappy. To me, these Kaplans still sound pretty good under the ear, but I'm gonna get some microphones on this bass. We're gonna play some examples with these old Kaplans, then put on new Kaplans, so the exact same set of strings. So we'll call these 3 years old. That's probably about right. You should really change your strings about once a year if you're playing actively, in my opinion. So I've been bad, but I'm going to be good now today and put on some new Kaplans. So let's hear some of the old Kaplans and put on the new Kaplans and see what a difference we have. Now remember why I hate changing strings. It takes forever. I've got my power drill, but I'm always terrified I'm gonna destroy my bass. I have a video on string changing. If you wanna go more in depth, I'll link up to that here. I've been playing on these for only about 15 minutes, and they have to be tuned a couple of times, but I find that Kaplans are fairly stable. I would not put these on the day before rehearsal normally if it was another brand, but Kaplans seem to work all right. And just a few initial thoughts, yeah, they make a difference. We'll see when we do the A/B test how much of a difference it makes to you, but to me, it's like I took my car in for a tune-up. Everything just feels a bit more optimized, like the string speaks a little bit faster. There's a little more fundamental in the sound. And that's not surprising because what happens over time when you're playing on strings is no matter how clean you try to keep your hands or the strings, your fingers just have oils on them, and those oils will eventually get into the core here and rust it out. So you have little rust spots where you play on the string. And that happens to all string instruments, but because bass strings can stay on kind of indefinitely, that problem is exacerbated. So your strings just go a little bit false, or even if they don't totally go false with the harmonics, they just aren't quite well balanced. They aren't quite well tuned. These feel much more responsive, and that low string is really awesome. I'll open up my low B so you can hear. I should have done that before I did the switch. I find that the low string usually takes the longest to kind of mellow out. The Kaplans are a fairly mellow string anyway, so these are pretty much ready to go for tomorrow's rehearsal. So let's check out those examples and let me know what you think. That's a bit about old strings versus new strings. Thanks for watching, and check out this next one we got linked up.